Section 46, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 46. Or growing bolder as a king and queen, I dream we sit upon a throne of gold, breathing the soul of wisdom till we mould men into gods, and passing angels lean out of their spheres to look upon the green, contented coppices of wood and wold, resembling paradise as we two fold perpetual youth our happy hands between. At night the fall of fountains skipping white down stairs of turquoise to a sea of pearl mixes with lull of lutes and languid lyres, and thrills our senses to such long delight, our singing souls from out our bodies curl and call each other to divine desires. End of section 46. Section 47, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 47. Oh, let us not too deeply think of life, lest thinking should bring knowledge. Knowledge, pain, imagination burns my crowded brain with runes and traceries of coming strife, discord and doubt and ruin's bloody knife, temptation gnashing evil's teeth again, and dreams of God and all things that seemed plain clash in the murk of discontentment rife. Life is with you and me, and love like ours, whatever time may tell the future fates, and through our love our souls may knit in one, heaven's earnest laws to earth's all heavened powers, till knocking at death's misty morning gates, we rush in, partners of the moon and sun. End of section 47.
Sonnet 48 from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. This body that is mine sometimes nor seems nor is, so molded into one are heart and mind that either cannot breathe apart. Day only gathers up the fallen dreams of passing night and illuminates the streams with painted barges. But the busy mart my shut eyes blacken out. 'Tis then I start dreaming that through my mind creation teems. All life, all death, heaven and earth and hell, but likewise seem, since minds breed hopes and fears, and make and unmake knowledge bit by bit. Dear, without my mind, you are but the shell of some strange man, while in all men appears that which makes you my God because of it. End of Sonnet 48.
Section 49, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 49. In me there is a vast and lonely place, where none, not even you, have walked in sight, a wide, still vale of solitude and light, where silence echoes into ebbing space, and there I creep at times and hide my face, while in myself I fathom wrong and right, and all the timeless ages of the night, that sacred silence of my soul I pace. And when from there I come to you, love swift, my mouth hot edged with kisses fresh as wine, often I find your longings all asleep, and unresponsive from my grasp you drift. Ah, love, you too seek solitude like mine, and soul from soul the secret seems to keep. End of section 49. Section 50, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 50. Dear love, a spirit circumfuses all, a force creating everlasting fire, white reason singing to a mighty lyre, songs of eternity with earthly call. It moves, it strives, it lives in great and small, all natures through it to some end conspire. One calls it God, another heart's desire. We love because we move in her wise thrall. Men put themselves in what their minds create. This pen, this book, this poem breathes of souls who lived, who worked for some selected end. So God who made us lives in our poor state, through that great spirit which his mind controls, till his perfection with our own shall blend. End of section 50. Section 51, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 51. Dear love, why should we fear to die today? Who cannot tell which is the live, which dead? Who speak of death in whispers through the dread of fiery truth? Who blinds the groping way? Can he who breathes through us die with our clay, ending the atoms that his fire has fed? Ah, no, he knows not death nor time's cold bed, nor yet do we, who are his hope and stay. Without us what were God but unknown worth, who make his world, his heaven and his hell? Without him what were we but soulless force, who cannot say if heaven be heaven or earth? Ah, love, we change from timely knell to knell, but life lives on in God, who is our source. End of section 51. Section 52, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 52. We are not merely vessels for the wine of warm creation, nor receptacles. Of love our souls drink beauty at far other wells, while wisdom widens to a plain divine. Dearest, our bodies are not passion's shrine, nor lifeless compound of untutored cells. They hold our senses, and our mind compels their every motion to an end more fine. So do we rise, beloved, you and I, up from the earth to which our reasons cling, mounting the airy pathways of the night, when heaven's hosannas fill the flaming sky, and while our thoughts among the meadows sing, we with our God dissolve at last in light. End of section 52.
Section 53, from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. Sonnet 53. When from an ancient book we sat and read loves of old years in Thessaly and Thrace, how nymphs died swooning at a god's embrace, and beauty lured desire into her bed, we felt the fragrance of the love thus spread. We saw the shadows of the antique place, for out of thoughts imaginations trace the deathless pageant of the breathing dead. Time cannot age the mind's immortal youth, nor death entomb the living fire of thought. We lived their loves because their tales could cite the darling dreams of fancy feigning truth. And while we lived, what death of them had bought, they breathed and loved again in our delight. End of section 53.
Section 54, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 54. What have you more than I who crave you so? Have I not hands and feet and thoughts to tell all my sweet senses and fine dreams that swell, rich with contentments that the star winds blow? Yet do I need you everywhere I go, as if you held me in some stinging spell, and nothing living but yourself could quell the conscious longings that tumultuous flow. I am myself, and yet I cannot move hand, foot, or eye, but am drawn to you. I want you all, dreams, kisses, thoughts, and eyes. Dearest, it seems my very wants would prove I am yourself, dreaming we measure two, and lack myself that which yourself supplies. End of section 54.
Sonnet 55, from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. When by the borders of a crowded place I watch the breathing multitude stream by, force driving force and action beating high, eternal movement merges into space. Then I can see no image of a face, Brown hair and black are mixed into the sky. I feel no motion save a gentle sigh, which dies dissolved and leaves no earthly trace. And as I join the crowd and pass along, purposed with love to give myself to you, I seem to float upon a mighty deep, dreaming some dream with all the dreaming throng, till, like a cloud upon a heaven of blue, I melt like mist into your soul and sleep. End of Sonnet 55. Section 56 from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. Sonnet 56. Where are the tears unnumbered I have shed? Have they returned again into my eyes, fading the flowers which you so proudly prize, or do they linger with the lonely dead? Perhaps soft-footed through the room they tread the velvet moments when my dreams arise, living the laughter of that pure surprise when you and I to rhapsody were wed. O love, I think they look at me tonight from every corner of my little room like pieces of myself that died for you before you gave me all your soul's delight. And in the quiet twilight of the tomb they will come back to me as memories do. End of section 56.
Section 57, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 57. Oh, let us not so load ourselves with joy that bliss becomes pure habit and the fire of love, adultery, of dear desire. Though sense must labour in the mind's employ, lest thought should clog the cells wherein they cloy, do not untune love's little tender lyre with too much music till her songs expire, leaving the instrument a shattered toy. Rather as nature serves her God, love free, let me serve you with foison of spring rain, or winter frost which on the sweet earth lies, in gentle sleep of snowy chastity, so shall my senses loosen from my brain, at times true will, your wells of paradise. End of section 57. Section 58, Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Caveat. Sonnet 58. Do not surcharge our souls with that vile blame to which our bodies are subjected here, nor heap them with the horror of dull fear, base borrowed from a life of torpid shame, but let them linger like a lovely flame above the clay to which they must cohere, lighting the earthly to the heavenly sphere, to meet the mystery from which they came. As midnight drinks a message from the moon, and morning takes her orders from the sun, so let our bodies to our souls submit, and live forever in their still high noon, where morn and midnight gather into one, and only angels on their missions flit. End of section 58.
Section 59 from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. Sonnet 59. But, dear, what shall remain of you and me when we no longer pace the morning here, when time has soothed the last unloosened tear, and earth no more extends us charity? Nature, who loaned us youth and passion's glee, rose cheeks and laughing eyes and scorn of fear, shall come for them again some distant year, and, what she lent, full garner as her fee. But when some other man, some other maid wears your gray eyes and my rose cheeks' soft hue, will our strong loves outfill their fragile frames, and our large thoughts unto their minds give aid? Ah, no, for never man was loved as you, nor made as I, and such love heaven claims. End of section 59. Section 60 from Songs of Love and Life by Zora Cross. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Elise D. Sonnet 60. My mind and heart both love you utterly, and so each thought of mine is doubly yours, and all my will about your body pours scents of my blood and fires that flow from me. Who has created me so young, so free, eager today to close convention's doors, tomorrow to return and sweep the floors with my loose hair in blinding memory? Dearest, you have, who gave my heart such love, it sang the marriage of our mingling blood, sweeping us on in a supreme control to those vast stillnesses that move above, and in the wonder of its mighty flood, my mind drew God from your eternal soul. End of section 60.